Ah, the motorcycle chain. The final drive to the majority, but not all, of motorcycles that we ride all around the world. Now, some of them have shafts, some of them have belts, but the clear majority have chains. And the reason why the clear majority have chains is because, well, it's really the best way to lose the least amount of torque and increase the horsepower on a bike. But we don't want to get into that argument. Actually, there is no argument with that. So what about the numbers? When you go to buy a chain, there's all these different numbers out there. And we're not talking about the number of teeth in a sprocket. We're talking about just the chain itself. So today we're going to talk about the numbers of the chain. Let's do it. Now, there are all sorts of chains out there, tons of different chains for different reasons, different things. You can even find people using chains doing, I don't know, exercising. There's chains for just about everything out there. But motorcycle chains is really what we're going to concentrate on, whether you have a 400 chain, a 500 chain, or do they make a 600 chain for a motorcycle? I don't know. But let's dive into the numbers so that we can decide and understand how this works and what we need. Okay, so chains really come for motorcycles typically in three different sizes, and I'm going to call them 400 chain, 500 chain, and 600 chain. Now, the lower the number, 400 chain, that means it's for lighter bikes, it's smaller chain. 500 is medium, it's probably where the majority of the bikes you're going to see are in. And then for some of the big, heavier bikes, they're going to have 600 chain. Now, when I call it 400, 500, and 600, it's because there are 3 digits in the number that we're looking at. So the very first number means the quantity of 1/8 inch in what's called the pitch. And the pitch is the distance between the pins, okay? The center pins. So a 400 chain, a 4 would be 4 times 1/8, which would be 4/8 pitch. Yep, guess what? It's all in standard. All right, there's no metric with this, and certainly not in the US. Okay, so it's all imperial. So 4/8 of an inch is the equivalent of, it's a half of an inch, because we always want to break it down to the lowest. Okay, so 4/8 is the equivalent of half inch. So if you measure 400 chain between the pins from pin to pin, you're going to have a half of an inch. Now, my motorcycle has 5/5 pitch. Now, the 5 is 5/1/8 or 5/8. Well, it's an odd number, so I don't have to break it down, okay? So there's 5/8 of a pitch. Now, 600 chain means that there are 6/1/8, so 6 times 1/8 is 6/8, which is the equivalent of, guess what, if you're good at math, 3/4 of an inch. So 400 chain, 500 chain, and 600 chain. Now, the next 2 digits are a little bit more complicated only if it ends in a 5, because, all right, it's still 1/8 of an inch. Now, these last 2 digits in motorcycle chain numbers, that is the width of the chain, which is really the distance between the 2 inner plates on the inside, not the outside, but the inside. So a 520 chain would have 5/8 pitch, and the 20 means that there are 2. The 2 is the second digit, means that there are 2 1/8 or 2/8 inside width, also known as 1/4 of an inch. All right, if it's a 530 chain, then it is 3 times 1/8 or 3/8 of an inch. So you're going, all right, well, what about that third digit? Well, this is easy. The third digit, when it's a 0, you just ignore it. But if it's a 5 means that you're adding half of an eighth, which is 1/16 of an inch. So think of that last digit when it's a 5 as a 0.5. So you would really do like 1/8 of an inch times 0.5, which is 1/16 of an inch. All right, so in the case of a 5-2-5 chain like I have, it is a 5/8 pitch, and the 2 and the 5 mean that it's 5/16 because I have 2 1/8, which equals what? 4/16, plus you add another 16th. I hope this isn't confusing, making it 5/16. So you have to know your fractions, and it's in inches. So to me, this is just, I don't even have to calculate it. To me, it's just automatic because I spent almost my entire life in the construction industry. So this is pretty easy. But it's all imperial. That's what's important. Now, there's another factor that we didn't talk about that really has nothing to do with the numbers, because there are other components to this where you can look at the size of the roller as far as the diameter of the roller, which could be important. But when you buy these chains, you have to make sure that the chain is rated for your horsepower, the cc's. I have some of them that are rated in the cubic centimeters, or occasionally, besides horsepower and cubic centimeters, you might see where it's specifically rated in its tensile strength. So unless you know what minimum tensile strength that you need, like maybe your shop manual tells you, it could be 6,000, 8,000, 10,000, and obviously the higher the tensile strength, the stronger the chain. Okay, so that's how you read it. There are 3 digits. They all make sense. Everything is in 1/8 except the 3rd digit, which is really a 5 equals 1/16. A 0 means nothing. So there you have it. I hope this was quick, simple, and easy. This is Rainbow. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a great day.